Hello students, welcome in the course of Space Spectrum Communications and Jamming. Space Spectrum Communication is a special branch of wireless communication systems, where we not only talk about the system design for reliable communication over wireless, not only talk about achieving the data rate, not only talk about the energy efficient communication systems, but we talk about a special term called secured communication system design. So, spread spectrum, the term itself says that we will be dealing with the spectrum of a signal. We will try to improvise security in the communication system by designing the transmitted signal in such a way that its spectrum of the signal will be altered. So, you can actually imagine that we will be playing with and dealing with a different and special kind of the modulation scheme, which is apart from the data modulation, and the different kind of the aspects that we will deal here is about how to suppress the interference or jamming in a hostile environment for secured communication, how to suppress the different kind of the multipath interference, whether can you give and design a system which will be having low probability of intercept, and whether the system simultaneously when providing the security can give us multiple access possibility or not. The answer to all this question is yes, space spectrum communication can provide, but at the cost of redundant bandwidth or excess bandwidth requirement of the system design. So, important part is who will be what will be the potential application scenarios for this kind of communication systems. Definitely, as it is a secured communication for the defense application and mainly the military communication systems, this system will be having high application possibility. In the commercial world, for global positioning system, because of the wide bandwidth involved in the transmitted signal, the global positioning system will be utilizing it for precise location and ranging application. Mobile satellite communication system finds its application for space spectrum communication because of the capability of this space spectrum communication to combat with the multipath interference rejection. And in the cellular radio, it is having a very wide application in WCDMA, CDMA 2000 and your IS-95 kind of the communication system design, where it has exploited its multiple access supportable capability. In brief, if I wish to highlight what we will be learning here in the whole course, it will be about a different kind of the space spectrum communication systems. Remember, when we are providing the security, we will also talk about improvising security by the design of typical key, and it is the heart of the system design of designing the key with which the security will be ensured. So, how the key here are the spreading sequences. So, what are those spreading sequences who will ensure as the key, we will learn. How to design those sequences will be a very important part to understand. The property of those sequences will be also discussed. And when we are talking about the sequences, so definitely some mathematical background from the Galois field we will learn, and we will relate that mathematical field to the generation of the key and the sequences. And we will also learn the different kind of the jamming activity that can happen here, and how to protect the system design against those jamming activity. What are the different kind of the jamming signal possible to attack my communication signal? What will be the interference rejection ratio when when the interference is coming from the intended other multiple users, or it is coming from unintended your multiple users or the intended jammers. Remember, when we are using a key for improvising security in the space spectrum, definitely The reliability of communication and the detectability, successful detection depends upon the precise information of your timing and the phase of the codes in the receiver. Receiver sometimes might be knowing about the key. It is a secret key exchange between transmitter and your intended receiver, but it is very important task for the receiver to find out the timing and phase information of that key apart from the carrier information that needs to be extracted. So, carrier acquisition, coarse acquisition of the key and fine acquisition of that key, as well as the tracking of the key phase and key timing when your data communication is going on is also very important. So, we will discuss about and learn about the different kind of the acquisition and tracking mechanisms for different kind of the space spectrum communication systems. We will also learn little bit about the different fading concept of the wireless, because this kind of system finally will be deployed in a wireless communication environment. And finally, but not the least, we will be discussing about the available CDMA technologies which are already deployed in the commercial use. For example, we will learn the fundamentals of CDMA 2000 and IS 95. We will discuss about the multi-user detection technologies, the performance analysis of CDMA networks, and definitely what are the key essence of developing a low probability of intercept methods, so that it will help you finally to have a complete tour of designing and understanding of space spectrum communication systems. So, we will see over the different modules over the week of 12 week of our designed modules, all these topics will be covered.